come back and it's kind of, I haven't been in this building, so it's a nice building. But it's kind of quite like a time warp. You go back and you see the same people that you studied with, although you never met them before. There's still those same cliques and groups and things like that. Your face looks familiar. Remember the face yet? Anyway. So look, I'm going to go through just basically what we do, how we do it, and just any questions you've got throughout, just ask. I'll answer a lot of the questions that you will ask me as a group throughout, and I'll answer them at the end because yesterday I got asked the same questions over and over again with the group, so I'll try and save yourself that time. Okay, so who in here has had orthodontics? Lots more, that's good, that's going to make things a lot easier. Yesterday we had about 2 people that had it, which is good. What's the first thing you notice about somebody when I come in here? What's one of the first things you notice about me? Smile. Why is that?
Promoting the business.
Promoting, okay. Even if I wasn't from an orthodontic company, if I was just here lecturing, why would you notice my smile for the first thing? Okay, you notice they're white. What else? Straight. Clean, hopefully. How do you know if someone doesn't have straight teeth? Do you notice that?
Yes.
You do. You cringe your face in. It makes a difference, and it makes our society a little bit shallow, I think. But in reality, all the studies indicate that if you're going to have a nice smile, it leads to you being considered more trustworthy, friendly, more popular. You're going to earn more money. You're going to more likely to secure a job ahead of someone who doesn't have straight teeth. And it seems pretty shallow to me, but that's the reality of the society that we now live in. So this is what we do. We create beautiful smiles. So in 2011, Dr. Samad established Clear Smiles Orthodontics. He's my elder brother. So at that time, I was studying in Bond. I wasn't studying in Bond. I was practicing law when he studied practice. He wanted me to come and join him and help manage the practice, but I said, you can't afford me. And now the business has grown so fast and so rapidly that he's needing someone to come on board and to manage everything non-clinical, so he can do all the clinical and be creating beautiful smiles. So when he started, it was 1 ortho and 2 other staff, and 15 patients. Pretty much, that's all he had. So not many orthodontists start from scratch. They usually buy an existing practice, or they partner up with an existing orthodontist and so they take over as that orthodontist retires or transitions out. And a lot of debt. I'll show you a quick video of just kind of our practice, what it looks like, what it feels like, so you get a picture of what in your head of what we do and where we do it. We're located in Robina, directly across the road from Robina State High School, and just near Robina Hospital. Go back. Okay, so from a marketing perspective, use the last 4 weeks of your intense marketing study. What did you notice about that video from a marketing perspective? Shows the facilities. What does that do for you as a prospective patient to consider yourself?
Makes us want to come to you.
Good, good. What else?
Look transparent.
Transparent. Yep.
It said free consultation.
Free consultations, it's a good
A lot
one.
of places pay.
Bingo, that's a big one we'll touch upon shortly as part of our competitive advantages.
I noticed you said you guys were the #1 Invisalign provider.
Invisalign provider growth, another big one we'll touch upon later.
You treat like sports stars.
Treat sports stars. What does that do though? Is that just like, hey, we got all these sports stars? What does it do for
It's
you?
like credibility.
Credibility.
Grabs our attention.
Grabs your attention. It builds that trust, doesn't it? You think if somebody who's a professional athlete, they got money, they got access, they could go see anybody. Why would they choose these guys? They must be good if they chose those guys. That's what it creates. So when you guys are going through your marketing plans for a business like this, most of you are in the target market. Target market is women aged between 12 and 35 and mothers of kids in that age category. So a lot of you are in that target market. So put yourself in that situation and say to yourself, all right, well, if I'm going to be marketed to, if I'm going to be promoted to, what is it that's going to get to me? Is it going to be that credibility? Is it going to be that trustworthiness? Is it the product or is it the doctor? Those are the things that you've got to consider as you go through this. So what do we sell? What does Clear Smiles Orthodontics sell? Okay. If I sold Invisalign, how much would I sell that for? I'm just being silly. We don't sell Invisalign, but that's a product. What do we sell? We do sell Invisalign, but what do we sell? What do we really sell?
Perfect teeth.
Perfect teeth. What else?
Perfect smile.
Perfect smiles. Confidence. Beauty. All those things wrapped into it. We create beautiful smiles. We sell smiles, right? You don't want to come to me and say, hey, I want to buy some plastic. Can I buy some plastic? That's not what we want you to do. We use the plastic to create a beautiful smile. We use the braces to create a beautiful smile. So that's what it comes down to. So you've got to consider that when you're pitching your ideas, when you're pitching your marketing plans, is don't sell plastic. Don't sell Invisalign as a brand. You don't want to be selling that. You want to be selling something else. So think about that when you go through the process. Okay, so we use 3 major products. There's a number of other things within there, but I'll stick to the majors. Invisalign, insignia braces, which are just a braces system, and Acceladent units. I'll go through each of those in turn. Did anyone who had orthodontics in here have Invisalign? You did? Loved it? Liked it? Good? Awesome. Where did you go?
It was pretty much an orthodontics place in Sydney.
Sydney. Do you remember the name?
Lifestyle orthodontics around Long Bay Junction.
Do you remember the doctor's name?
Ali.
Just pointing out something, okay? Because the same situation happened yesterday. So who else has had braces, sorry? Who remembers their doctor's name? A few hands went down. Why did you choose that orthodontist?
Well known. Reputation.
Reputation? Did you make the decision or your parents make the decision?
Okay.
Both? They took you there based upon what recommendation? Dentist recommendation? Good, we'll get into that. What else? Word of mouth, right? Reputation. It's good. We'll go through all that. It's really important that I'm just trying to differentiate the difference between somebody. You didn't get to see that orthodontist because he had insignia braces. You didn't get to see that orthodontist because he had Invisalign. You went for other reasons, underlying reasons. They had what you wanted, but it was more than that. They're just tools to create that beautiful smile. So I'll go through the tools that we use. So Invisalign. So gentlemen there who had Invisalign will know the difference between Invisalign and braces, the advantages and disadvantages. I'll go through them very quickly because they don't really matter to you in your current task. But Invisalign are a series of clear aligners. So these are all just random aligners here. But typically what will happen is you'll start your treatment with a 3D tooth scan. So other places don't provide us. That's one of our competitive advantages, that we have a 3D tooth scanner. We're the first ones in Queensland to have a 3D tooth scanner that enables us to create a digital smile. So your wonky teeth will get uploaded digitally, and the doctor then orthodontically creates that beautiful smile on the computer using 3D CAD technology. So that smile will be created into the perfect bite, the perfect smile, the best that you can possibly have with your genetic makeup and your facial anatomy. And then that prescription gets sent across to Invisalign, who manufacture those aligners. So each aligner takes you to a different stage of treatment. You wear an aligner for 2 weeks, you swap them out, you wear another aligner for 2 weeks, and you swap them out. Does that make sense? The benefits of Invisalign are obviously that they're clear. You can barely notice you're wearing them. They're removable, so if you have a special occasion that you've got to go to, or to clean your teeth, it's really easy because you don't have braces to get in the way. You and I both have had braces. Many have had braces. I've had braces twice because my first orthodontist didn't do a good job. That's why I'm all about getting a good orthodontist who does a good job. they're not annoying. They do the job. Braces do the job just like Invisalign does. It's just a different surface. I had braces. Other people had Invisalign. Any questions about how Invisalign works? Got to wear it 22 hours a day. Only take it out to eat, to brush your teeth, to clean. How long do you wear yours a day? Ah, come on.
For the orthodontist recommended 8 to 8. The orthodontist was
Yeah, fair enough. That's, again, right, a tool that the orthodontist is using according to his expertise and his experience to do what he thinks is best. That's the way it should be. It's not meant to be a, yeah, here's your box of plastic, go home and straighten your teeth. The orthodontist uses the tools to the best of their knowledge and ability. Okay, the next one is insignia braces. Now insignia in a similar fashion, we start out with a 3D tooth scan. So if you look at the first screen, that's a 3D scan of somebody's teeth. The doctor then manipulates those teeth and creates the perfect smile. And then those brackets and those wires are custom manufactured for that person's smile. So why is that beneficial to the patient? It's a really hard education process that each of you are going to think about really carefully. Okay, I'll tell you why, but you'll have to create those connections yourself as you do some of the research. Traditional orthodontics, probably all the braces that you guys have had, and me, are just eyeballed on by the orthodontist. So he'll take them out of a packet, he puts them on, he chooses the position based on his expertise and experience. Luckily, orthodontists are really good at what they do. They're not all the same, but most are really good at what they do, and they're able to move your teeth to the best of their ability. Now, human error, eyeballs don't work all the same, don't always make the right decisions. That's why you visit your orthodontist so often. Traditional orthodontists who use these regular braces, the old traditional braces, remember with the little coloured rubber band ties, and you can pick your green and your pink and you were so happy. We don't use those anymore. They're dirty, they carry a lot of bacteria, and they don't hold the bracket on strong enough. So we've gone with a self-ligating bracket, which means the bracket opens and closes and locks in that wire. Now the benefits to the patient, which you'll need to take note of, because this is part of what you need to market to people. This is what my job is, marketing that to people. The benefits of having a fully customized braces system is that it gives some really severe, I shouldn't say severe, unprecedented control to the orthodontist. He can design your plan. I can show you, like if someone came in with really bad teeth today, I could scan their teeth, and 10 minutes later I could show them what their teeth would look like straight, based on a 3D simulation. That 3D simulation is what the doctor uses, but not just the regular one. He'll go and detail every single motion and stage when he wants those teeth to move, according to his prescription, and then the aligners for the braces are manufactured according to that prescription. So that control, that doesn't exist with regular braces. You can't predict what your teeth are going to look like at the end in most situations, whereas using this Insignia software, you can. So rather than seeing a patient every 4 to 6 weeks like most orthodontists do and traditional braces require, we see our patients every 8 to 10 weeks. So think of the time savings, the cost savings for the business, the cost savings for the patient, and not having to pull their kid out of school, not having to take off time from work, all that type of thing is really important to a patient. Inconvenience. You visit your orthodontist, what, every 20 times in an average treatment? If you can knock off 10 of those appointments, that's a lot of savings to a patient in terms of convenience factor. So it's a big, big deal. That also, the customization, because of that control, rather than going and see the orthodontist, he has a look at your teeth and says, oh, that teeth really hasn't moved the way I wanted it to. I'm going to have to move that bracket. I'm going to have to change that wire. I'm going to have to bend that wire a little bit differently. He knows from the prescription, Dr. Simon knows from the prescription right at the beginning, and each wire and bracket is robotically manufactured, that it's so precise that that's why we can give those longer periods between appointments, and you get a shorter treatment time. So if your regular traditional braces will be a 24-month treatment time, we're knocking off 4 to 6 months off that treatment time just by using a customized braces system. Any questions about braces?
Do you get any person that uses that?
The Insignia braces, there's about 2 providers on the Gold Coast. There's another type of system that uses a customized wire, which is called Sure Smile, which quite a few orthodontists use. But Insignia braces is the world's only fully customized bracket and fully customized wire. I think there's a guy in Southport that provides them, and we provide. We're the largest provider on the Gold Coast and Sydney. We do more than anybody else. Accellident. Anyone heard of Accellident? I'll go through it really quickly. All we're trying to do when we move teeth is we're remodeling bone. So your teeth sit in your jawbone, we're remodeling the shape of that bone to allow the tooth to sit in a more desirable position. So to encourage that bone remodeling process, there's a tool known as Accellident, which uses a micropulse technology, just like a soft vibration, which you wear for 20 minutes a day. So 20 minutes a day you wear it, and the studies are showing that it can increase your tooth movement by up to 50% in terms of speed. So if you're looking at a 24-month treatment, they're knocking it down to about 12 to 15 months of treatment. So another thing that we really push, we're all about speed. Perfect smiles, faster results, we're all about speed, getting it done safely and getting it done as quickly and as efficiently as possible for the patient. People are all about speed these days. I mean, anything you see on TV these days, you know, 60-second ads, you know, it's always quick, it's fast, get it tomorrow. In orthodontics, we do it the fastest you can possibly do it while it's still safe. That's what we're about, providing that consumer convenience. Dr. Saman, this is my brother. He is really good at what he does. Really good at what he does. That's one of our key selling points, is selling the expert. We don't sell so much Invisalign as we do sell the #1 provider of Invisalign. So again, it comes back to that credibility factor. He's got more experience than any other provider on the Gold Coast with Invisalign and Insignia braces. So he's been doing it longer and he's treated more people than anybody else on the Gold Coast. So that's one of the things we really push. Put him on a pedestal, because really, you can go to any other orthodontist and you can get braces, you can get Invisalign. But is that what we're selling? No, we're selling beautiful smiles, we're selling convenience, we're selling affordable payment plans and things like that, which I'll get into. But that's the key to it. It's not so much just about the braces, the Invisalign, it's about selling the doctor and his expertise. These are some of the speed stars that we've treated. Again, comes back to that credibility factor. Having them endorse what we do and say, you know, you've done a great job. And we use that. We have posters of these guys that you saw in the video around the office with, you know, signed, thanks Dr. Saman, thanks Clear Smiles, you know, for my beautiful smiles. I really like it, and I think the patients really respond to it, as you guys identified already. Competitors, other orthodontists. I don't know, they are competitors, they are direct competitors, but I don't see them as a threat per se. We're lucky on the Gold Coast, we only have about 15 orthodontists for the entire Gold Coast, specialist orthodontists. That's not a lot. If you go to Sydney, if you go to Adelaide, there's about 80 orthodontists to 1 million people. We've got about 15 or 20 to 500,000 people. So it's not that competitive in the orthodontic space, and they're all really good at what they do. We're lucky we've got some really good orthodontists involved. The major competitor that's entering the marketplace now is dentists. It's funny to me, I still get surprised that I reckon orthodontics and dentists doing orthodontics is one of the only specialties that you'll get a GP practicing. Now, Christmas Eve, just this past year, I snapped my Achilles tendon playing basketball. So, you know, it was a pretty severe injury. Did I go see my GP and say, hey, Dr. Grigg, can you stitch this up, give it a go? You know, have you done a weekend course on it? Can you just stitch me up? He would have laughed at me and said, no, you go see a specialist who's studied that, who's qualified in that, and repairing Achilles tendons, and then you come back and see me for checkups and things like that. In similar fashion, that's how dentists and orthodontic relationships work in the ideal world. Unfortunately, today's day and age, Invisalign, just do a weekend course and let dentists start treating patients with Invisalign. Luckily, they only do very simple cases. They only do, you know, maybe 5 cases a year, but it's still, it puts that's a competition in the marketplace, because they charge considerably less because they don't really know what they're doing in most situations. Other treatment options, there are, anyone here have veneers? Anyone had crowns? Have you heard of MyoBrace? Probably not, you're probably not in that market, it's all over the radio. MyoBrace is a type of product which I'll show you a bit later. just another product that's an alternative. That's not an alternative. There's lots of people out there promoting that you can have a beautiful smile another way. Unfortunately, to have a straight, beautiful smile, the only way is for orthodontics. To be healthy and to do it the right way, the only way is through orthodontics. You can go get all your teeth pulled out and do implants, but you're looking at about 50 grand. You can go get veneers in Thailand, but you're looking at about, a very expensive price, and they're not going to last forever. They've got to keep being patched up. They can chip, and because if you do the veneer too thick, it can warp and make your teeth look funny. So we have lots of people that come back into us and say, oh, I had veneers done, now I want them straight, and we've got to grind their teeth all the way back to the original tooth, and their tooth is about half the original size, and it's just a nightmare. I had a girl in this morning, wanted veneers. She's got beautiful teeth, just slightly out of shape, beautiful straight, beautiful like nice shaped teeth. And the dentist luckily said, no, go and see Clear Smiles, get them straight, and then we can talk about veneers, because veneers are meant to be done after you have them straight. Any questions so far? Cool. Competitive advantages, they're listed here. So one of the big things that we push, and you guys, you take these for your assignments, and you think about what should be focused on. One of the questions I got asked yesterday about 10 times from every group was, what do you want out of this? What is your objective? I'm the client to you guys, so what is my objective? I want some creative ideas on pushing the competitive advantages in a way that I haven't thought about, or I have thought about, but I've never really looked into. So if you come up with an idea that I already have, and you come up with a different way of doing it, or a more creative way of doing it, fantastic. But I want ideas that create residual patients. And when I say that, I mean, I don't want a competition on Facebook that's going to bring me 50 new patients tomorrow, and then that competition is going to come down, and there's going to be no more patients from that referral source. Does that make sense? So one of the things I'm working on is developing relationships with various businesses, various companies, various organizations that will give us a constant churn of referrals. So dentists are one of those sources. They send us a constant churn of referrals to treat patients. And there's also other places that you'll need to look into, which I'll show you some of the things that we do that you may like to look at, research, and decide if that's a good option for what you guys are doing as a group. So expertise, number one Invisalign provider on the Gold Coast, number one Insignia provider as well, but really it's a braces system, so I don't push that as much. Free consultations, so most orthodontists you go visit will charge $200 to $300 for a consultation. So that's a really big selling point that we have. We get a lot of new patients that come in simply because we offer free consultations. Not because they're cheap, not because they're a tight ass and they don't want to pay for a consultation, but simply because a lot of people don't know if they need orthodontics. They don't even know what it's about. They don't know what type of treatment options they have. And they don't want to go spend $300 to be told you're not an Invisalign candidate, or you don't need orthodontics, or you're going to get to spend a whole bunch more money now anyway. So we offer that as a free service. Come in and get some information so you can make an informed decision. Flexible payment plans, that's another biggie. I don't know of any other orthodontic practice in the Gold Coast where you can start with zero down. So zero deposit, you can come in tomorrow and you can tell me I want to start treatment. You sign a direct debit form, it's not credit, zero interest, zero deposit, and you can start treatment straight away. So there's no other orthodontic practice offering that. Latest technology, again, it comes down to those convenience factors, right? Fewer appointments, shorter treatment times, less time out of school and work for busy people in today's society. Any questions about those? You guys are too easy. That's the MyoBrace appliance. Basically, a little kid will wear that for an hour a day and overnight, and that's supposedly going to straighten his teeth. Who believes that? Who believes that that's the natural way to straighten teeth? Well, that's what they claim. That's the big claim they do on all over the radio, and TV, internet. The natural way to straighten teeth. I don't know what is natural about that. Maybe if it's made out of like leaves or something, but it's not. Anyway, that's the other thing. So the challenge that we're facing right now is competition increase. So when we started 3 years ago, we were the only ones on radio. We were the only ones really on Google. with Google pay-per-click campaigns. We were the only ones doing anything with our website and generating referrals. We were the only ones really marketing heavily. Now, times have changed. Now there's about 9 other providers on radio. Not necessarily just orthodontists, there's dentists on there, there's minor brace on there, there's lots of other people. The pay-per-click campaign environment has become a lot more competitive. Lots of people have nice flashy new websites with pretty patients on their website promoting it, which is great. She's famous, just to say this. That's what's happening in the market space right now. So it's no longer, to give you an idea, we would enjoy the benefits of like a Google search. Say we'd get, so most people search various terms in Google, right? Everyone knows how Google pay-per-clicks and organic search listings work? Yes? Hands up for yes? Good. Good. You guys are going to be the only ones that actually benefit from marketing, because everybody else, if you don't know about that, none of that matters anymore. It's all about online. We would benefit, say they would do a search for a particular term that we're targeting, which may be Invisalign Gold Coast. So someone's typed in Invisalign Gold Coast, we rank really highly, we're number 1 for that organically, and we do pay-per-click as well. So if someone searches that, they click on our website, they go through, then there's various information, and eventually we want to lead them down the path of fill out a form that says, I want a free consultation. Here's my name, here's my phone number, give me a call. That's the ultimate goal for us in terms of our marketing dollars. We want that information, so then we can call them and convert them. 3 years ago, we would get 80 to 100 new patient inquiries a month from the website. That would translate into hundreds of thousands of dollars in income. Now, we do the same thing. We get 100 inquiries from Google. That translates into about 30% or 40% of that amount compared to 3 years ago. So it's much more competitive in getting people's attention, getting them in the door, and then getting them to purchase from us, because there's lots of other competitors making similar offerings. The other problem, not problem, but the other challenge we have is staff. Because we're so specialised, finding good staff is expensive and it's hard to train them all. If you ask for a dental assistant, I could get 100, but a dental assistant that knows how to work with Invisalign, orthodontics, etc., 1 in 100. So it's much more competitive to get those type of jobs in Gold Coast. High overheads, just as a comparison, Invisalign costs the orthodontist 6 times the amount of regular braces, just cost. So that's why a lot of providers will tell patients, you're not an Invisalign candidate, or don't offer Invisalign at all, because of the cost of the lab fees. It's 6 times the cost. And so while some of them will say you're not an Invisalign candidate because they don't know how to do it with Invisalign, we benefit off the back of that because we have tons of people that come in, hey, I went to see my regular orthodontist, or I went to see my regular dentist, they told me I'm not an Invisalign candidate, and we say you're absolutely an Invisalign candidate and we can do it because we've got the expert in the industry that can do anything with Invisalign. So having that reputation, having that ability to promote ourselves as number 1 on the Gold Coast has been really big for us. Strict, uneducated market. So this is one of the big things that you guys will need to keep in mind as you come up with your marketing campaigns. You're lucky that lots of you have some orthodontic experience, but one of the biggest things is patients don't know the difference between appliances. So while I told you, hey, we got cool customized braces and we've got Invisalign, we've got this, people don't care. Consumers don't really care about that. They think they go see an orthodontist, they're going to get straight teeth. They think all orthodontists are the same. They think a dentist and an orthodontist is the same. They just want a straight smile. So it's our job, it's your job in this exercise to come up with creative ideas that show the differentiation between an orthodontist and a dentist, and the differentiation between the appliances, and the differentiation between the orthodontists. Because not all orthodontists are the same. I had braces twice. My first braces set was when I was 15 to 17. The orthodontist did them quick, pull the teeth out, got my teeth straight and sent me on my way. No retention, no bonded retainers, no retainers. So my teeth all shifted again and I ended up with crooked teeth. So then when I was 23 and studying in Bond, I thought, you know what, I want to fix my teeth up again. Hey, my brother's an orthodontist, that's helpful. So I got back into braces and had my teeth fixed and had a proper retention program put in place. So now my teeth are going to be straight for the rest of my life, which is a great benefit. Do I wish that I had braces twice, or do I wish that I went to the right orthodontist, paid the right amount of money, and got the right product at the right time? Heck yeah, I want braces twice. It was the worst, especially being an adult having braces. You don't want that. But that's what you get stuck with if you don't do it right. So that's part of the communication process is when you guys come up with these plans is how do we convince consumers that it really matters who you choose, what you choose, and what product or what result you're going to get at the end of it. Because that's what you want. You know, at the end of the day, you spend another $2,000, you spread it over a payment plan, you spend another $27 a week, and you end up with perfectly straight teeth that last for you forever. That's the ultimate goal. It's not really the $27. You save yourself $27, but end up with teeth that you don't really like. One tooth just out a little bit, and you'll always be like, I wish I just got that one tooth out, fixed properly. That's what it ends up being. Strict advertising guidelines, I wouldn't worry too much about that, just get creative with it. There are strict advertising guidelines in the dental space of what you can and can't advertise, but we'll ignore that. So the marketing, so these are some of the things that we've done. It's not what we do now, it's not what we do, you know, simultaneously. You won't do all of these at the same time, but these are some of the things that we've done. One of the questions that I get asked by all the groups is, which one of these is the most successful for you? Success is really hard to measure in this particular space because the way we measure our success right now is on conversion. So people who come through the door and then decide to go ahead with braces and Invisalign. Most people that we collect data from, they fill out the new patient form and which, you know, how did you hear about us? You know, everyone's filled out those forms. How did you hear about us? Most people, 9 times out of 10, will take Google. So does that mean that Google's our most successful? On a really broad level, it does. But you're naive to think that that's the only option. It's skewed because radio ads, what do you hear in radio ads? Do you hear call 559-33733? Or do you hear Google Clear Smiles? That's what you hear, right? People aren't going to pick up their phone and call off the radio. Everyone's diverting everybody to their website, but most people don't remember URLs, so they're going to Google. So while you've touched them at various points with radio, with Facebook, with a local newsletter, and then they've Googled you, they're ticking Google at the location. So which is our most successful? By far our online campaigns are our most successful campaigns. And Google is the traffic source that most of them come through, but it's various sources from that point before that. So that answers that question. So a lot of these things that I'm looking at now, you know, school sponsorships, team sponsorships, basketball teams, rugby teams, netball teams. Again, when you guys consider this, you may look at teams and go, hang on, what's their target market? Is netball teams more their target market because it's girls? Like those are the type of things you've got to consider. Health club sponsorships like gyms and things like that. We're currently sponsoring, I don't know if anyone's heard of healthguru.com. The Health Guru is one of our patients. She runs a business for women that helps with mind, body, and health for women. And they run a boot camp every 12 weeks. And the winner of that boot camp wins a certain prize. This year we're sponsoring that prize. So there's lots of different things that we can get involved in. Any questions about that? Your class is awesome, Marcus. You're doing a great job. So successes, being awarded the diamond provider Invisalign. So there's about 12 to 15 diamond providers in the country, and we are the only one on the Gold Coast. That means he is the most experienced Invisalign provider on the Gold Coast. So that's something we're really proud of. So now, you know, 3 years later, 1 ortho, 2 hygienists, 4 assistants, 2 receptionists, 2 treatment coordinators, 1 bookkeeper, and 1 superstar GM. So it's grown dramatically. So if you look at, as I said, no orthodontic practices grow this rapidly. It just doesn't happen. I haven't heard of it. I've been to America and I've visited with a number of the top orthodontic providers in the US. And we tell them the numbers that we're putting through, and they're just like blown away. So we're really proud of that. Is it, is it the end? Are we successful and we don't need any more help? Absolutely not. It's a constant, ongoing thing, changing, evolving. As competition increases, as market forces change, as the economy changes, there's lots of things to look at. So the other question that people ask is, what do we want out of this? What goals do we want? Are we at our maximum capacity? No, we're not. We see on average probably about 100 new patients a month. The quality of those patients matters, and that is a big deal. So as you guys engage in your assignments, I don't want you to come up with things that are just going to get me 1,000 new patients a month. I don't want that. We don't have the time to see 1,000 new patients a month. We want 100 new patients of quality leads. So what are quality leads? That's for you to discover. But I'll tell you some of them. Okay? People who are knowledgeable, educated about orthodontics. They understand what it's about briefly. They don't have to know the details, but they understand what it's about. They understand that it costs between $7,500 and $8,500 grand. So they're not coming in expecting, oh, I thought it would only be $300, or I thought it would be only $2 grand. That's not what we want. People expecting that. There are people that come in and expect that, and that's fine. The other thing is we don't want people that think, orthodontic treatment takes 3 weeks. It's usually, like in a full course of orthodontics, as most of you know, it's 18 to 24 months of treatment. And we can knock that back, obviously, with Acceledat, but that's a general rule of thumb with treatment, so people need to know that. Do you go and just publicize that to everybody? No. Because if you told everybody, hey guys, it's really expensive and it takes a really long time, do you want to buy it? It's not going to work for your marketing. You've got to sell smiles, you've got to sell confidence, investment in that future of a lifelong of enjoying your smile. I mean, one of the things I love about my job, I was practicing law before. It was okay, very dry, a lot of paper pushing. People come in with problems, you can maybe fix it, and even if you do fix it, they're still not happy because they never wanted that problem. The beauty about orthodontics is I have people come in, they have a problem, it's fixable, it doesn't take them all this effort and stress and worry and concern. You get their beautiful smile, the results are there, you see the transformation of the teeth from really crooked to really straight and beautiful. But the biggest part that I like is that transformation of the person. And that's what we're selling. We sell the transformation of the individual. When they come in, I can show you photo after photo of people who kind of don't know how to smile, don't like smiling, hate their smile, have empty eyes because they can't smile properly, to the end result where they're just beaming and glowing with confidence. They love their teeth, they love their smile, they love who they are now. I mean, it doesn't matter if you've got a beautiful dress. It doesn't matter if you go to the gym and make yourself look amazing, or you've got your hair done, or the guys get a nice hairdo, and like all those things are great. But deep inside, if you don't have that confidence with your smile, there's a missing ingredient. And I have patients, hundreds of patients, staff patients, who tell me about their experiences with that. And it's heartbreaking, but it's really encouraging because it's like, no problem, we can fix that. And we can do it the right way, and we can keep it straight forever. So that's part of the thing that I love about my job. I'm done. Is there any questions? No? Cool. I'm going to go around with the groups now. Are you all sitting in your groups already? Have you got a question? Awesome. Who wants me first? Where am I going? First group. First group? Well, everyone's just grabbing a liner just to see what it looks like, feels like.